Welcome. So tonight we are talking about another astrological event that is coming up that I wanted to get you guys ready for, and it's actually going to be starting next month. So I thought we would come on here, talk about it a little bit tonight so we can get prepared for it. And that is the planet Pluto entering into the sign of Aquarius. Now, I don't know, if you look at some of my videos or been on my lives, I don't talk too much about certain planets. And we have our personal planets and then we have our outer planets. So I don't talk much about the outer planets because the outer planets really affect us on a collective level. And the outer planets move so slowly until we really don't feel the impact of them as we would the personal planets, like when we talk about the Mercury retrograde, or we talk about Venus, or we're talking about the movement of the sun. We energetically can feel and see those experiences happen right before us. Now, when we're talking about the outer planets, and that's the planets that are furthest from the Earth, Pluto would be the furthest. So Pluto actually takes about 248 years to make a full orbit around the sun. So it's a very slow moving planet. However, it is a very powerful planet, and it is actually the planet of transformation. So as Pluto progresses through your life and through different houses and phases in your life, you don't feel it on a daily, you don't feel it energetically happening because the planet moves so slowly. It's more of an internal and a slow moving transformation for you. So the reason I'm talking about it tonight is because for the last 20 odd years, Pluto has actually been in the sign of Capricorn. So it has been really doing its work in my Capricorn natives. So if you are a Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon, or Capricorn rising, or you have a lot of placements in your birth chart in Capricorn, the last 20 years have been very, very transformative for you. Now, I know you're going to say, Sonia, of course people are going to transform in a 20-year span. Absolutely, they do. However, Pluto makes really, really dynamic changes to us. So because it's been in Capricorn for so long, over the last 20 years, now that it's going to move to another sign, it's very, very impactful. And I always tell you that when a planet is moving into a new sign, that's when it's at its, when it's leaving a sign and entering into a new sign, that's when you see the biggest transformation. That's when you see the biggest burst of energy from that particular planet. So Pluto is about to move into the sign of Aquarius after 20 years. Okay, so that's a big deal. That is a big deal. So let's talk about Pluto and what Pluto is. Pluto, again, is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of control, power. It is the planet of death and rebirth, literally and figuratively. And it's the planet of evolution. It's the planet that governs sex, abuse, criminal behavior, taboo things. So it is a very deep psychological planet. Wherever you have Pluto in your birth chart is where you have the most transformative experiences in your life. Okay. Now, it is now moving into the sign of Aquarius. And when we think about the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius is an air sign. So this is going to be a planet moving into a thinking sign. So this is about experiencing things on an intellectual level. Aquarius is also the sign of, oh Lord, I can't even think. I went blank. When we think about Aquarius, we think about technology. We think about, this is the sign that governs our friends. This is the sign that governs social groups. This is the sign that governs how we connect with the masses of people and the collective of people. This is also the sign that really rules forward thinking. So this is all about thinking outside of the box. When you have Aquarian energy, you want to be different. You want to rebel against the status quo, and you do things in a way that is different from others. So with Pluto going into Aquarius, we're talking about one powerful planet going into a very powerful sign. So what happens is when this goes into the sign of Aquarius, of course, it's going to trigger certain transformations in different areas of our life for different people. Yes, Morgan's in Aquarius. She has Aquarius energy, okay? So with Pluto going into Aquarius, this is going to be very, very different. And we're already starting to see the changes that are being made. Okay, for example, an example of Pluto into Aquarius as it's affecting the collective is, and I don't know if any of you have heard about this, Africa is talking about splitting the continent into 2 continents. Now, I don't know the details of this, and I don't know how that's going to work, but they are thinking about splitting the continent of Africa into 2 separate continents. You know, that is something that is on a global collective scale, and that is something that is an Aquarian type thing. Like, who would ever think to split a continent in half? And this is about Pluto. Remember, Pluto is about transformation. It's about evolution. It is about the death of how things were before and rebirthing them in a different way. Okay. Another example of this Pluto in Aquarius energy that we're already seeing is the birth of this AI, artificial intelligence. So you see all these apps that are making these pictures, and it looks like real people. So we have technology that's moving forward. I read an article a few weeks ago. Well, I actually saw a video in China. They have these police dogs, these robotic police dogs. So they have a full police force of these robotic dogs. So that's the example of Pluto in Aquarius. We can also look at, what's another thing that Africa thing is really screwing. Oh, Pluto in Aquarius, again, the masses. We are now seeing in the country of China, they are having a population problem. Their population is decreasing because the women in China have decided that they don't want to have children. So their birth rates are drastically going down. They've been going down actually over the last 10 years. And China is trying to incentivize women to have children, and women are refusing to have children at this time. I remember when China was one of those countries that had population control, and you could only have like 2 children was the minimum, and then they didn't really even count if you had a girl because they didn't want you to have girls. They wanted you to have boys, which is the craziest thing. But now they're starting to see the ramifications of that whole controlled population. Yes, they were stopping women before from having children, but now they're starting to see the ramifications of doing that. And now women are deciding that they're not going to have children anymore. So their population has been on a decline for a while. We can also see that happening here in the United States because I'm sure nobody's paying attention that our birth rates have fallen also. Especially with this new generation that we're coming into, women are opting out of having children. They're deciding, number one, not to get married, and they're deciding not to have children. So the United States is actually going through their Pluto return. So we're about to go through a bunch of bullshit here over the next 20 years anyway. But our birth rates are also decreasing. Nobody's paying attention to that. Our marriage rates are decreasing. Nobody's paying attention to that. It has just become, these little things that are happening globally and nobody's paying attention to that are starting to affect us. But that is the Pluto in Aquarius, okay? That is that Aquarian energy, doing things differently, going against the system, going against the status quo, not doing that anymore. We're not going to do that this way anymore. So that's an energy around. That's kind of an example of how this Pluto and Aquarius is affecting everyone. No, they are decreasing in the hood. They really are. They really are decreasing across the board. So those are the examples of. I can't wait to see how this splitting the continent of Africa is going to play out. That is the craziest thing ever. But anyway, so that's what we're looking at. That's the kind of energy that we're looking at. So as on an individual level, when we look at Pluto going into Aquarius and what area of our lives it's going to impact us on an individual level, this is where we're going to see a lot of transformation. And this is where we're going to have to take an Aquarian approach to this transformation. That's going to mean you're going to have to do things outside of the box. Tradition is not going to be something that you can hold on to. You're going to have to be very innovative and progressive and think like you. The biggest thing is you have to take the emotion out of it. One thing about Aquarian energy is they are very good at separating their emotions from things that need to get done. These are the people that can put all emotion aside and deal with the problem from an intellectual level. So we're going to all have to do it in that way. But please understand, as I say all the time, the energy is going to do what it does, regardless. It doesn't need your permission to do anything. Now, you can choose to fight against the transformation, which I would think to just be, I don't know why you would do that, because it's going to make your life harder. Or you can try to understand where your life and direction is going in and work with the energy, because it is there to support you and transform you into a positive direction in your life. Okay. So, do we have any questions? Do we have any questions so far about Pluto and Aquarius? Because this is not going to be a quick cycle. It's going to be about 20 years, 20 whole years. Okay? All right. So, next we're going to talk about when this is going to start. So, Pluto will be entering into Aquarius on March 23rd, 2023. And it will stay in Aquarius until June 10th, 2023. Now, that's only 3 months. Okay? Oh yeah, it's way more impactful for Aquarians. Y'all are gonna feel it. Yeah, y'all are gonna feel it. And I feel kind of bad for my Aquarian natives, because you guys have just at the beginning of March, Saturn is going to be leaving Aquarius, and it's been there for 2.5 years, and it's really been putting y'all through a lot of hard lessons. And now we're going to backdoor and bring Pluto into the mix, and now you're going to take all those lessons and transform your entire life. So, I send y'all positive energy. However, if you got the lesson of Saturn during this cycle, then you'll understand which direction you're going in. Okay, so March 23rd, 2023 until June 10th, 2023, Pluto will be in Aquarius. Now, that's only a 3-month window. So this is why I'm saying you are going to get a sneak peek of what this energy is going to feel like for you. Because on June the 10th, 2023, Pluto is going to go back into Capricorn. It's going back in the sign of Capricorn to finish up any leftover stuff that we need to finish up in this area of our life. And then June, I can't remember the exact date. I think it's the 24th. But June 2024, Pluto will go back into Aquarius, and it will stay there until 2044. Okay? 20 years it will stay there. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about the dates? Because we're just talking about this little 3-month window we have going. Some of you will probably see what the transformation is going to feel like. Some of you might not. Your transformation may not show itself until we get into next year, into January 2024. But a lot of you will start to feel like, and I think probably energetically, some of you are already starting to feel it. I can feel it personally for myself, and I'll tell you why. I ain't gonna really tell you why, but I can definitely feel the change. And yeah, I can see where this thing is going. So if we don't have any questions, now we're going to talk about where this is going to, you're feeling it. Feeling it. So now we're going to talk about, per your rising sign, where this Plutonian transformation is going to take place. Okay. So does everyone have their rising sign? If you have your rising sign, please put it in the comments so I'll know when I get to you who I'm talking to. And of course, you're going to listen for your rising sign first, your sun sign second, and then your moon sign third, so we can get a full overview of energetically how this could be impacting us at even any given time. So Kelly is a Taurus rising. Okay. Oh, this is going to be good for you. Morgan's a Capricorn rising. D'Angela is a Gemini rising. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we're going to go around the zodiac. This is going to be real quick. And we're going to just give you some heads up on where you may see the transformation. And if you are already starting to feel it, look at my Cancer rising, Miss Tia, and my Sagittarius rising. And if you're already starting to feel it, let me know in the chat. Okay, so let's get started. At the top of the zodiac, we are going with Aries rising, sun or moon. The Pluto into Aquarius, March 2023 to June 2023, is going to be transforming your friendships. So transforming your friendships, groups and organizations that you tie yourself to. It is going to be transforming technology for you. Also, your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes will come into play. And a transformation around how you're seen in the world and your connection to the masses. So over this 3-month window, we may get, with this Plutonian energy, the breaking down of certain friendships in your life, the breaking down of certain connections you have with regards to your friend groups. Now, with this being Plutonian energy, could this be the death of your friendships or some of your friendships? Absolutely. Could this look like some of your friendships just leaving your life completely? Yes. But with Plutonian energy, when we look at it being death, and we also look at it as being a rebirth. So this could be your friendships, the dying off of how your friendships are, the dynamics that are in your friendships, and the rebirthing of something different for you around your friend groups. This could also be transformation, changes, evolution around groups and organizations that you tie yourself to, or you being drawn to connect with groups and organizations over this 3-month window. This is definitely an energy around the transformation of what you consider your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. Some of you will be changing those drastically, especially as we get closer to January 2024. You may be looking at your long-term goals totally different, in a totally different way, and going in an entirely different direction in life with regards to your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. There can be a lot of unexpected events that come up for you in this 3-month window, a lot of unexpected blessings. My Aries risings could come into some unexpected money during this time, because this is the house that governs unexpected events and unexpected blessings. But look at your friendships, your groups and organizations you connect yourself to, and especially your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes for my Aries risings. Taurus rising. Who's on here is the Taurus rising? Miss Kelly, this is for you. And I forgot to tell you at the top of the hour, this Pluto going into Aquarius is going to heavily, and I cannot stress that enough, heavily impact my fixed signs. So that's Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So if you have any of those placements, sun, moon, or rising, or a lot of those placements in your birth chart, this Pluto in Aquarius is going to impact you even 10 times more than everyone else. Okay? So, Taurus rising, Miss Kelly, this is for you. Your transformation is going to come in your career sector. So we're looking at your career being transformed. I'm sorry, Kelly. So transformational energy around your career. Transformational energy around how you're seen in the public. Your reputation could go through something. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This Plutonian energy could bring on a scandal of some sort. Maybe some not so good publicity out in the world about you and you as a person. But it could go in the reverse because, again, it's transformative. So your career life changing, your career direction changing. Again, a lot of this energy is out of our control. So my thing is to be proactive with it. So if you've been thinking about a career change, if you've been thinking about taking your career in a different direction, this could be the time where you transform yourself by way of your career life and by way of what you're known for, how you're known. Now, this could have heavily do with transformation around your relationships. So this could be some of my Taurus risings, getting married, getting divorced, because this is the space that governs the titles that we wear. Something about your title changing and something about who you're known as in the general public could go through a transformation at this time. This little 3-month window, is going to give you the possibility of an indication of something like that changing for you. So I don't know if my Taurus risings have been thinking about a career change that could possibly happen for you. This could definitely put you in the space of dealing a lot with authority figures. And so when we talk about authority figures, of course, we think about authority figures by way of our career life. But this could be authority figures by way of people we look up to. Again, the 5th house governs our masculine energy. So this is the prominent men in our life. I hate to put a gender on it, so I used to say masculine energy, but this is the house of the father. So transformation around relationships with your father, prominent men in your life, authority figures. We can see some Taurus risings probably running for some kind of public office, and that could be as high as government or maybe as your local government in some sort. So we could see a change in that. Maybe some of my Taurus rising decides to take on a more active role in government in some way like that. But heavy on the transformation on your career life. So March 23rd to June the 23rd for my Gemini rising, the sneak peek is going to be about your faith. So transformation in your belief system, how you see the world, what you believe to be true, going under major transformation. This is also an energy around possibly the questioning of your faith, your religious beliefs changing, how you worship changing, especially those of you that have been connected to a religious affiliation or a religious belief for your entire life. You may go through a period where that no longer resonates with you. So the dying off of the belief system you've had for years around you, especially around religion, and it rebirthing in a different way. You being open to receiving information or open to learning about different cultures. Foreigners are going to play a big impact in your life with this transit. This could see some of my Gemini risings moving to a foreign country. There could be at some point the idea or the opportunity to live abroad or to study abroad. This is great for studying abroad because international travel is here. So this could bring a lot of international travel into your life. Also, this is the house of higher education. So we could definitely see some of my Gemini risings educating themselves on a higher level. And yes, this is the area that governs higher education, in the college level, but this is just educating yourself about the world, educating yourself, again, about different cultures, the possibility of taking up residence in a foreign country outside of your own, and changes and transformation around your belief system and around your spiritual life and your religious life. Okay. The next one is going to be Cancer. Lord, let me clean these bags out. Yes. Cancer rising, sun or moon, March 2023 to June 2023. Stay on the lookout for transformation or transformation around. Oh, so Morgan's a Cancer rising. Okay, Cancer rising. Transformation or giving you some clues into your area that governs other people's resources. So this is the 8th house. So this is about other people's money, your association and benefit and connection with financial institutions, banking institutions. This is about other, bring me my money, other people's resources and finances, okay, and how you connect. So total transformation on how you are in an intimate partnership with someone else, especially those that you connected in marriage, long-term committed relationships, business relationships could come under transformation. Some of you could be, if you're in business with someone else, deciding to divide the business and go your separate ways. This could be some of you that are in partnership or in marriage with someone, going through a divorce, dividing your assets or combining your assets. But this is transformation around other people's benefit through money, through resources. Now, let's keep in mind, this is not the money that you earn from your own efforts. This is coming from someone or through someone else. So if this has anything to do with your partner and their transformation around their money, please keep in mind that trickles down to you. So as much as I want to say this is a benefit to you, this could also be a detriment, because if your spouse or long-term partner or business partner is struggling financially or having some type of transformation around how they earn money or how money comes into them, that is going to directly impact you as well. Okay? Now, this is also the space that governs sex and intimacy. All right, let's talk about that part. Sex and intimacy are two different things. Sex is the physical act, and intimacy is the connection with someone else. So this could be some of you making a very intimate connection with someone else. Could this be marriage? Could this be a relationship? Absolutely, it could be. But the dynamic of it is a very intense type of energy. Because Pluto governs abuse and control, this could be some of my Cancer risings freeing themselves from an unhealthy dynamic with regards to an intimate connection. This could be some of my Cancer risings freeing themselves from an unhealthy dynamic with regards to sex and how they look at sex. So when we're freeing ourselves from those unhealthy dynamics or those things that we keep to ourselves, this could be my Cancer risings deciding to explore their sexuality. Whatever that exploration looks like for them, I cannot tell you. You as a Cancer rising would know. But it may be opening you up to different types of sexual practices. It may be opening you up to different types of sexual partners. Things that you've wanted to explore sexually, you may be open to that at this time, because this is Aquarian energy. This is about doing it differently. So say, for instance, you decided in your intimate connection with someone, maybe you wanted to bring someone else into the bedroom or bring someone else into the relationship. Maybe you want to bring in a sister wife or a third person, to your sexual relationship. Whatever that looks like, this is a time for you to be exploring that side of yourself. And you won't feel any type of taboo, shame, or anything around that. So be open to that. That could come about. But transformation around your finances with someone else. Please make sure that you are paying attention to that. It could go in a positive or a negative direction. That's just up to you what's going on with that in Cancer rising. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. Does anyone have any questions on Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer? Let me take this one back. It's time to experiment. If you are a Cancer rising, experiment. Experiment. This is Pluto is the planet of sex and being open. How you get in? Listen, I'm just putting it out there. So I'm just putting it out there. Y'all got plenty of time to get to this. I'm just saying, be open. Everybody be open. So if we don't have any questions, let's move on to the next four. The next rising sign we're going to talk about is the best rising sign of all, is a Leo rising. And it's the best because I'm a Leo rising. So Leo rising, sun or moon, the transformation is going to happen in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So this is romantic, this is marriage, this is family, friends, business. And this is also the area that governs legal and binding contracts, okay? So transformation about how you do one-on-one relationships. Now, Saturn has been in this area of your life for the last 2.5 years working on your relationship life. And now it's getting ready to leave next month. And here comes Pluto. My Leo risers can definitely expect a total transformation around their one-on-one relationships. Now, could this be relationships breaking up? Could this mean a divorce? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Could this mean the dying off of how you do certain relationships for it to be reborn in a certain way, in a different way? Absolutely. This could look like a lot of my Leo rising, some of my Leo rising singles could be meeting the person that they're going to spend the next 20 years of their life with. And you've totally transformed. This could also be my Leo risings deciding that I'm not interested in being married. That's not something that I want to do. And you come out and surprise everyone and say, I don't want to be married. I've been fooling myself this whole time, my whole life, thinking I wanted to be. I don't want to do that. I just want to be single and happy and just love life the way it is. That could be a possibility. But this is going to transform you in how you do relationships one-on-one with anyone, okay? Doing it differently. If you have been one of those that's been doing relationships in an abusive way, in a controlling way, this is going to be great for you to release yourself from any type of controlling relationships, abusive relationships, low vibrational relationships, releasing yourself from that. If you've had unhealthy views on relationships, this is a time where you start to transform yourself in a way that's healthier. And maybe you're one of those Leo risings that decides that I'm going to now put myself first when it comes to relationships. I'm not going to be one of those that puts everybody else's feelings and needs and thoughts and everything ahead of my own. I'm going to transform how I do one-on-one relationships to be in a more healthy way and a more beneficial way, not for only just for myself, but for the other parties. Now, again, this could be the ending of certain one-on-one relationships in your life. I don't think anything is an ending. I always think that everything has its season, and some things are just time for it to just go on into a different season. So I don't think of anything as a loss. Okay. So, Leo risings, transformations around your relationships. Virgo rising, a transformation around how you do your health, mental and physical health. Now, this is really a good one. This supports you on getting healthy, transforming how you take care of yourself, not just on a physical level, but on a mental level as well. This is also going to transform you on your day-to-day life and how you do your day-to-day routine, especially around work and your work environment. So this could actually see some of my Virgo risings moving to another job of some sort. So this could transform how you work. So you're another one that could be changing in your career, in a career arena. But this has a lot to do with your health and what's going to be happening with you this first couple of years. Now, keep in mind, this Pluto transit is going to start really kick in next year, and it takes about 20 years. You're going to have the most impact that first couple of years. So this is for everyone. That first couple of years, especially when we start in January. So January 2024 to about January 2026, that's when you're going to see a lot of changes and transformations at the beginning of this cycle. Okay, so your health transforming, how you eat transforming. Virgo rises, you may go through this thing where you have a medical issue that comes up that directly impacts you, and you're forced to make these changes. I'm giving you a heads up because I'd rather you be proactive in this area than reactive and then waiting for something to happen and then you take action. Go ahead and start thinking about how you're taking care of yourself or how you're not taking care of yourself, and starting to implement a more healthy lifestyle for yourself. This is not going to be like a quick fix. This is a total transformation on how you take care of yourself. All right? So that's very important for you. Libra rising, sun or moon, the transformation is going to be around your joy, your children, pregnancy, how you express yourself. So for my Libra risings, and then your dating life. Libra risings, dating life. You could be bringing the romance and transforming how you do dating and how you date and how you get out and do relationships in a dating capacity. Now, this transformation could be around children and pregnancy, okay? Again, the first 2 years of this event is going to be the most impactful. So, my Libra risings have a lot coming up, especially with the eclipses coming up for them. This could be a pregnancy within the next 2 years of some sort. This could be the transformation around you deciding to start a family, if you're in that window of wanting to start a family. And this could be big transformations and energies around your children, all right? So we're going to paying attention more to the relationship and the dynamic we have with our children. Maybe, our children's, in the next couple of years, somebody's child is going off to college, or they're hitting certain milestones. So you're going to have to change and transform the relationship with your child and how you parent your child. Could this bring on some stressors or strains with regards to parenting? Absolutely. It really, really could. Maybe the dynamic with your children is changing and you're having to parent them different, or they're having some type of behavioral issue that's coming up for them. Just be prepared for those types of transformations around your children. And it doesn't really matter what age they are. Our children are always our children. But we want to, in this next window and starting in 2024, be prepared to assist with whatever they're going through and transforming around. But again, this could be pregnancy, starting a family. This could definitely be about you finding your joy again. If you're a Libra rising, sun or moon that feels like that they've lost their joy, their happiness is gone somewhere, or they're trying to find their joy and what makes them happy, this is going to be a time that assists you with that. Again, you guys are going to be hosting some of the eclipses this year, and that's going to really weigh heavily on assisting this transformation and how you're showing up in the world, okay? Scorpio rising, sun and moon. Transformation is around your family. So this 3-month window could put you in a space of dynamics around the family situation. Also with real estate. So some of you could be moving. Some of you could be buying and selling property. There could be some transformation in the family structure. Um, are we moving somewhere else? Is someone moving in with us? Is someone moving out? Are you getting married? Are you getting divorced? Are you selling property? Are you buying additional property? Are we dealing with, now this is a good one, are we dealing with long overdue family issues that we've needed to address for years? Are we still holding on to traumatic family hurts? That could come up in this 3-month window, and especially in that first 2 years of this transformation. You may have to deal with some unhealthy dynamics around the family that are probably long overdue. This is the house of the mother. So those of you that still have your mother with you, please, I would implore you to heal whatever wounds you need to heal. And when I say heal with people in general, that doesn't mean you have to take them back into your life. That means that you heal from whatever it is, this trauma, this hurt that's been caused by someone else, and you choose to move forward the way you want to move forward. If you decide I'm healing from this, I'm forgiving myself for this thing. If you decide to forgive the other person, that doesn't necessarily mean that person has to be in your life. So some of my Scorpio risings could be running up on dynamics around that type of thing. And this is also a very karmic house. So if you're one of those that does not have your mother with you anymore, and she's already transitioned over, you may have some supernatural experience where you feel connected with her in the spiritual world. I'm just saying, that could bring that up, okay? Sagittarius, rising, sun, or moon, transformation around how you communicate, how you get your message out. Dynamics with your siblings, cousins, and neighbors and neighborhood, short distance travel. So, like Sagittarius rising, let's talk about how you communicate. And this could look like, is your voice being heard? Is there something that you need to say? Transforming how you speak about yourself, and transforming, again, getting your voice out. If you're one of those Sagittarius risings that seem to hold in a lot of things that need to be said, and you decide for whatever reason that you don't say them, or you always feel like you're not being heard, or you're being shut down when you're trying to express yourself, there's going to be a big transformation around that. So a lot of my Sagittarius risings are going to be finally finding their voice, finding their message. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. And it's probably going to shock a lot of people. But speak your truth. This is the time for you to speak your truth. Your transformation can also come around your dealings with your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, whatever this looks like for you. Maybe there's long overdue conversations that need to be had with your siblings. Maybe you're harboring some things that you've been holding on to, and you're finally finding the words, and you're finally finding the courage to say what needs to be said. Now, if it hurts folks' feelings, it just is what it is. But this is time for you to find your voice. I would love to see my Sagittarius rising, some of you writing a book, penning your memoirs, journaling. That will help you a lot. So again, we're talking about the 3-month window, and we're talking about the first couple of years of this Pluto going into Aquarius. So journaling, writing a book, launching a website, doing a podcast, doing social media, whatever this avenue of you getting your voice out, this is the time for you to do it. This is also great for you to go to school. So transforming yourself around your educational pursuits. But this is more or less about you finding your voice and you finally speaking your truth. Oh, speaking your truth. I want my Sagittarius risings to speak their truth. Do we have any questions? Virgo rising, Libra rising, Scorpio rising, or Sagittarius rising? Did I get everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Next is going to be Capricorn rising. I think I have a Capricorn rising on here? I think I did Virgo. Capricorn rising, sun or moon. Transformation is around your money. How you earn your money could be up for a change. Now, Capricorn rising, I'm not going to lie to you. There could be a loss of a job or a loss of a stream of income. And it's probably a loss of a stream of income for something that you should have let go of a long time ago and that you've still been holding on to. And I could see this being a Capricorn rising thing because y'all don't really let go of stuff. Y'all sometimes have this thing where y'all hold on to things way longer than you should. And this could be somehow, some way, the losing of a stream of income to push you in the direction that you're really supposed to be going in. Maybe you're supposed to be launching your own business and being in business for yourself, but you keep holding on to this job because of the security. I can understand that. I got Virgo stuff going on with me, so I understand that. But there could be a total transformation in how you earn your money. So maybe you are changing your career path. You're another one that could be changing your career path to make more money or to do something that you love. This is the second house. So this could be a transformation around you wanting to find a way to earn money that you feel is appreciative of your talents, takes advantage of your talents, where you feel like that you are really doing something that means something. Because keep in mind, this is Aquarian energy. So this is something that we're doing to not only help ourselves, but help the collective. So you want to feel like what you do is of service to others. So Capricorn risings, you could be thinking about a change in your work, a change in your career. Again, this could be a transformation around a stream of income that leaves you, in this 3 months or in that first couple of years of this Pluto and Aquarius. But it is in a way to get you where you need to be and where you want to go. Okay? Now, this is also the space that governs our self-worth and our value. So transforming how you have a relationship with money. I did a great live the other day about wealth placements, but we talked a lot about the relationship you have with money. If you're a Capricorn rising and you have an unhealthy relationship with money, this Pluto and Aquarius is going to support you in breaking that unhealthy, abusive relationship that you may have with money. Sometimes we tie our self-worth into how much money we have or material possessions we have, because this is also the space that governs material possessions. And we tie that to monetary things. We feel like if we don't have a certain amount of money, then we're not of value. Or we feel like if we have certain things that makes us better, or it makes us feel like we're better than others, or gives us some self-worth. You may have a transformation on how your relationship with money changes. You have to have a healthy relationship with money in order for money to come into your life. And I'm just going to say this. If you're a person that chronically struggles with money issues, and this is for anyone, you need to check what your true relationship with money is. Because if it's toxic, it's abusive, it's controlling, and you tie your self-worth into it, this is why you struggle with money all the time. And you need to correct that relationship, specifically for my Capricorn rising during this Pluto in Aquarius energy. Okay, Aquarius, rising, sun or moon. This transformation is going to be in your sign. You are hosting this sign. So there is no part of your life that's not going to transform. It is just as simple as that. Yes, I know the last 2.5 years, you've been learning a lot of hard lessons. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself. I know that. And Saturn appreciates that. Now, hopefully you're one of those Aquarians that got the lesson over this last couple of years. You did the work. Because now, all those lessons that you learned over this last 2-3 years are now going to be applied and to transform yourself into a new and better person. So your money will be affected. Your health could be affected. Your children could be affected. Your spouse, your relationships are going to be affected. Your belief system. You are going to be the sign that gets it all. I just want to tell you that. But it's to transform you in a wonderful way. Now, I will tell you this. I know I told you the cycle is 20 years. Nobody's going to have 20 years of lessons. Nobody's going to do that. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst 20 years. No, nobody's going to get that. These lessons will come at different periods in this next 20 years. And you'll transform over the 20 years. So don't think that you're just going to be doing this the whole 20 years. The first couple of years, you will feel this energy. So from January 2024 to January 2026, yes, there's going to be a lot of changes. But then you'll get a lull. You'll get a rest period, and then it may be 2 or 3 years before you get your next transformation. So I don't want anybody to think that it's just going to be like this for the next 20 years. But for my Aquarians, this is going to be in all areas of your life. Okay, but I think y'all are ready for this because this last 3 years have prepared you guys. I think you're ready for this and this big dynamic change. Okay, and last but not least, Pisces rising sun or moon. This transformation is actually going to have a lot to do with you healing. A lot to do with you healing because this is going to be in the space of where we keep our traumas, our hurts, our addictions. This is the space of closure and spirituality. So for my Pisces rising, you could definitely be doing a lot of shadow work here over the next 2 years, starting in January. A lot of shadow work. A lot of healing of traumas. A lot of deep psychological transformation from the inside out. Okay. So if you have any type of self-sabotaging behaviors, any type of addictions, any type of things that you do that you know hurt you, those things are going to be coming up, especially if you've been repressing a lot of hurts and not dealing with what's been going on with you. You won't be able to run from that anymore because Pluto is going to come in and disrupt this area of your life. For you to do the shadow work, for you to get healed the way you're supposed to heal. Now, this is a space where you want to take care of yourself, doing a lot of self-care, doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So this could look like you taking care of yourself in secret. Now, speaking of secrets, you may be privy to a lot of information that's being withheld from you over the last few years. A lot of secrets could come out from people that have been withholding information from you. And you could be sharing some of the secrets that you've been holding on to. And this could date back even to childhood. And you're ready to finally speak your truth in order to heal yourself. So we're looking at a lot of shadow work for my Pisces rising in this 12th house. And I think this is good for you because this is actually the house that you govern. So you'll understand how to work through your hurts and your traumas. This is also the space of specialized populations. So hospitals, rehab centers, prisons could be dealing with those types of situations. Maybe some of you are deciding to check yourself into an inpatient facility to deal with addictions or hurts. Maybe you're deciding you're ready to go to therapy. I never know how prison and jail factors into someone's life. I hope it doesn't, but it could. This could be for you or someone close to you contending with the potential for a jail stay, or maybe somebody's getting out of jail. That could be a thing. Maybe someone that's close to you that's been incarcerated for a while is getting out, and now you're contending with the dynamic with someone that's re-entering into your life that's been away for a while. So a lot of shadow work is what's coming up for my Pisces rising. So does anyone have any questions about the last 3 signs? Anyone have any questions about this Pluto in Aquarius. Again, it is, what's the dates on it? Pluto in Aquarius. So we're looking at March 23rd, 2023 to, I think it's the 10th. That's the first pass, and then we will get it the full pass in January. Pluto in Aquarius. January 2024 to 2044. Wow. Oh, come on.